Hi guys, welcome back to Red Dead Redemption 2. In this video we're going to read some more of the compendium animal section. In the last video of this, in the last animals video, we read through pages 1 to 4. So now let's continue with page 5, beginning with the Rocky Mountain cow elk. The Rocky Mountain cow elk is native to Ambarino and northern New Hanover. Their herbivorous diet includes grasses, leaves, bark, and plants. Elk are easily startled, so it is advised to keep as much distance as possible whilst hunting. Long-range weapons like a bow with improved arrows or a long-scope rifle are considered to be the best for hunting. Their skin can be used for crafting, and their mature venison is a good source of food. Next is actually my favorite animal in the game and in general in real life. The American red fox. The American red fox is native to the forests and grasslands of West Elizabeth, New Hanover, and Lemoyne. As omnivores, their diet consists of small mammals like squirrels and rabbits, as well as birds, fruits, berries, and grasses. A bow with arrows or a repeater is considered to be the best weapon to either wound or kill a fox. The skin and claws of American red foxes can be used for crafting. It's definitely the animal I tried to avoid killing the most. I really don't like to. I know it's just a game, but still, I guess I project too much. Next is the American gray fox. The American gray fox is native to the forests and grasslands of West Elizabeth, New Hanover, and Lemoyne. As omnivores, their diet consists of small mammals like squirrels and rabbits, as well as birds, fruits, berries, and grasses. Foxes can be easily killed or wounded by using a repeater or a bow with arrows. The skin and claws of American gray foxes can be used for crafting. Next is the silver fox. The silver fox can be found in various habitats across the states. They are omnivores, feeding on plant matter, rodents, insects, birds, and carrion. A bow with arrows or a repeater is considered to be the best weapon to either wound or kill a fox. Their skin and claws can be used for crafting. Obviously I'm still missing a few entries. But yeah, I thought I might as well go through the whole list now, and maybe in the future I can revisit and go through them again in some other way. But God only knows how long it will take to fully complete it, so that's why I'm doing it now. Next is the alpine goat. Domestic alpine goats can be found at ranches and farms across the states. Their herbivorous diet means that they graze on grasses, weeds, herbs, and trees. A bow with arrows or a repeater are the best weapons for a clean kill. Goat hide can be used for crafting, and the gristly meat can be consumed. Next is the Canada goose. The Canada goose inhabits grasslands of New Hanover and Lemoyne. They are primarily herbivores, grazing on grasses and grains, but they will also eat small fishes and insects. The varmint rifle is considered to be the best for hunting geese of this size. Their plump meat is a good source of food, and their feathers can be used for crafting. Next is the ferruginous hawk. I really don't know how to pronounce that properly. Ferruginous? Anyway, ferruginous hawks can be found across the states. As carnivores, they prey on small mammals like rabbits, ground squirrels, prairie dogs, lizards, and birds. The varmint rifle is considered to be the best weapon for a clean kill. The feathers of the hawks can be used for crafting. Next is the red-tailed hawk. The red-tailed hawks are native to the open fields and deserts of New Austin, West Elizabeth, and New Hanover. As omnivores, their diet consists of small mammals, reptiles, fish, birds, and fresh carrion. The varmint rifle is considered to be the best for hunting hawks and other birds of this size. The feathers of the hawks can be used for crafting. And a third hawk, the rough-legged hawk. Rough-legged hawks can be found in open areas and alongside cliffs across the states. As carnivores, they prey on small mammals, and carrion becomes their main diet during the winter seasons. The easiest way to take out a bird of this size is using a varmint rifle. The feathers of the hawks can be used for crafting. Next is the great blue heron. The great blue heron inhabits the wet and grassy marshlands of Lemoyne. Their carnivorous diet consists of small fish, crustaceans, amphibians, and small birds. The varmint rifle is considered to be the best weapon to wound or kill a heron. Heron plumes can be used for crafting, and their meat can be used for cooking. Next is the tricolored heron. Tricolored herons can be found in the wet and grassy marshlands of Lemoyne. As carnivores, they prey on fish, insects, amphibians, and crustaceans. The varmint rifle is considered to be the best weapon for a clean kill. Heron plumes can be used for crafting, and their meat can be used for cooking. And last on page 5 is the green iguana. Green iguanas are native to Guarma. Primarily herbivores, they feed on plants, leaves, fruit, and flowers. Occasionally they will eat eggs, leaf-dwelling insects, and snails. The varmint rifle is considered to be the best weapon to wound or kill an iguana. Their herptile meat is edible, and their skin can be used for crafting. Interestingly, I didn't spot this iguana in Guarma, but there's an island or a few islands in Flatiron Lake where they also appear, even though it's just, I mean, it's almost swimming distance from like the main part of the map, so it's not tropical at all, but still you can find iguanas there. Moving on to page 6. First is the common loon. Common loons are native to the calm and quiet wetlands of West Elizabeth, Amberino, and New Hanover. Their carnivorous diet includes crustaceans, amphibians, salamanders, frogs, leeches, and snails. The best way to kill or wound a common loon is with a bow with small game arrows. The gamey meat of loons can be used for food, and their feathers can be used for crafting. Missing quite a few entries on this page. Next is the Pacific loon. The Pacific loon is native to the remote lakes and ponds of West Elizabeth, Amberino, and New Hanover. As carnivores, their diet includes small fish and aquatic insects, as well as some plant matter during breeding seasons. These small birds can be easily killed with a bow and small game arrows. The gamey meat of loons can be used for food, and their feathers can be used for crafting. Next is the mule. Mules can be found on farms and ranches across New Hanover. As herbivores, they graze on grasses, hay, and grains. Mules are considered to be preferable to horses for manual work due to their tougher skin and harder hooves. And I'm very pleased to see that the progress for mules does not include killing one. I honestly don't think I could. Next to the American muskrat. The American muskrat's main habitat is along the rivers and shores of New Austin, West Elizabeth, Lemoyne, and New Hanover. As omnivores, their diet consists of aquatic vegetation, small fish, and amphibians. The varmint rifle is the most effective way to hunt these rodents. Muskrat skin and scent glands can be used for crafting, and their stringy meat can be used for cooking. Next is the Baltimore oriole. The Baltimore oriole can be found in Roanoke Ridge. Their omnivorous diet includes fruit, nectar from flowers, and insects. The best way to kill or wound an oriole is with a bow with small game arrows. Oriole carcasses can be sold to traders. All these songbirds are very tricky to find. There are a few side missions where you need a specific species of songbirds, and you can spend hours just slow walking across the map and hoping to spot one in time before it flies off. But not the most fun time, but still. Next is the great horned owl. The great horned owl can be found in a variety of habitats across the states. As carnivores, they prey on mammals, small birds, and invertebrates. The most effective way to kill an owl or bird of this size is with a varmint rifle. Owl feathers can be used for crafting, and their gamey meat can be cooked for food. Next is the Angus ox. Angus oxen can be found on ranches and farms across West Elizabeth, New Hanover, and Lemoyne. As herbivores, their main diet consists of common roughage, including grasses, hay, and silage. These large mammals can be taken down with either a bow with improved arrows or a long scope rifle. Oxen hide and horns can be used for crafting. Next is the Devon ox. Devon oxen can be found on ranches and farms across West Elizabeth, New Hanover, and Lemoyne. As herbivores, their main diet consists of common roughage, including grasses, hay, and silage. An effective way to hunt these large mammals is with either a long scope rifle or a bow with improved arrows. Oxen hide and horns can be used for crafting. And last on page 6 is the panther. Panthers are native to the remote forested wetlands of Lemoyne. As carnivores, they prey on deer, wild boars, and goats. An effective way to hunt these large mammals is with either a rifle with high velocity or express bullets, or a bow with improved arrows. The heart and claws from panthers can be used for crafting, and their meat can be used for cooking. It's a very tricky animal to study and track, I suppose, because you never see them, and then much like cougars, they just appear and there's really no time to study them because they will attack you on sight. Next on page 7 is the Florida panther. The Florida panther can be found in remote forested wetlands of Lemoyne. As carnivores, they prey on raccoons, white-tailed deer, feral hogs, and occasionally alligators. These temperamental cats can be killed or wounded using a rifle or a bow with poison arrows. The heart and claws from panthers can be used for crafting, and their meat can be used for cooking. And coincidentally, our own cat just walked across my legs. Next is the Carolina parakeet. Carolina parakeets are native to Bayou Enoi. Their herbivorous diet consists of shrubs, seeds, and fruit from forest trees. A bow and small game arrows can take down these small birds. Their carcasses can be sold to traders. And again, missing a few entries. Next is the American white pelican. The American white pelican is native to the coastal areas of West Elizabeth, New Hanover, and Lemoyne. Their carnivorous diet consists of fish, insects, amphibians, turtles, crustaceans, birds, and small mammals. The varmint rifle is considered to be the most effective weapon for hunting pelicans. The meat from pelicans can be used for cooking, and their feathers can be used for crafting. Next is the ring-necked pheasant. The ring-necked pheasant can be found in the grasslands of New Hanover and West Elizabeth. They are omnivores, but their diet changes seasonally. In the winter they feed on grains, and in the summer they eat small insects. An effective weapon to use when hunting pheasants is a bow with small game arrows. The feathers of pheasants can be used for crafting, and their meat provides a good source of food. Next is the Chinese ring-necked pheasant. I guess this will be pretty much the same, but still. Chinese ring-necked pheasants are native to the grass and forest lands of New Hanover and West Elizabeth. They are omnivores, but their diet changes seasonally. In the winter, they feed on grains, and in the summer, they eat small insects. A bow with small game arrows is considered to be the most effective weapon to hunt pheasants. The meat from pheasants is a good source of food, and their feathers can be used for crafting. Next is the Berkshire pig. Berkshire pigs can be found on ranches and in towns across New Hanover. As omnivores, their diet consists of mice, eggs, agricultural crops, fungi, roots, and grasses. A repeater or a bow with arrows is considered to be the most effective weapon to use when hunting pigs. The tender meat is perfect for cooking, and their skin can be used for crafting. Next is the big China pig. Big China pigs are found on ranches and in towns across New Hanover. Their omnivorous diet includes mice, worms, eggs, grasses, fungi, and roots. It's considered that the best weapons to hunt pigs with are a bow with arrows or a repeater. Their skin can be used for crafting, and their tender meat is a good source of food. It's kind of awkward construction of the sentence. It sounds like they wanted to change it just so it's not exactly the same as the previous pig. But it's considered that the best weapons to hunt pigs with are. It's just awkward. Next is the old spot pig. Old spot pigs can be found on ranches and in towns across New Hanover. Their omnivorous diet consists of lizards, mice, eggs, agricultural crops, fungi, and grasses. A repeater or a bow with arrows are considered to be the most effective weapons to use when hunting pigs. Pig skin can be used for crafting, and their tender meat can be used for cooking. Next is the band-tailed pigeon. Band-tailed pigeons can be found in the damp forests of West Elizabeth. Their omnivorous diet includes berries, grains, fruits, shrubs, pine nuts, and insects. An effective way to kill or wound a pigeon is with a bow with small game arrows. Their feathers can be used for crafting, and the carcasses can be sold. And next is the rock pigeon. Rock pigeons can be found in a variety of habitats across the states. As omnivores, their diet consists of berries, fruits, grains, earthworms, and seeds. These small birds can be wounded or killed easily with a bow with small game arrows. Pigeon carcasses can be sold to traders, and their feathers can be used for crafting. And last on page 7 is the Virginia opossum. The Virginia opossum can be found in a variety of habitats across the states. As omnivores, their diet consists of grains, nuts, fruits, amphibians, birds, and their eggs, mice, and carrion. The varmint rifle is the most effective weapon for hunting these mammals. Opossum meat is stringy but edible, and their skin can be used for crafting. And finally, for this video, page 8, starting with the American pronghorn buck. The American pronghorn buck is native to the wide open grasslands of New Hanover and West Elizabeth. As herbivores, their diet includes sagebrush, green shoots, grasses, and forbs. As a large animal, a high-impact weapon is needed when hunting. The most popular weapons used when hunting are rifles and bows with poison arrows. Pronghorn skin can be used for crafting, and their meat can be used for cooking. And next is the American pronghorn doe. The American pronghorn doe is native to the wide open grasslands of New Hanover and West Elizabeth. As herbivores, their diet includes sagebrush, green shoots, grasses, and forbs. As a large animal, a high-impact weapon is needed when hunting. The most popular weapons used when hunting are rifles and bows with poison arrows. Pronghorn skin can be used for crafting, and their meat can be used for cooking. Skipping a few entries, next is the California quail. The Californian quail can be found in New Austin. As omnivores, seeds make up their main diet, with insects, berries, and acorns being secondary. These small birds can easily be killed or wounded by using a bow with small game arrows. The carcass of a quail can be sold to traders. Next is the Sierra Nevada bighorn ram. The Sierra Nevada bighorn ram can be found in New Austin and West Elizabeth. As herbivores, they graze on forbs, woody vegetation, and grasses. The easiest way to take down a ram of this size is by either using a bow with poison arrows or a rifle. Their meat is edible but grisly, and their horns and hides can be used for crafting. Next is the Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep. The Sierra Nevada bighorn sheep inhabits New Austin and West Elizabeth. As a herbivore, it grazes on forbs, woody vegetation, and grasses. Using a bow with arrows or a rifle is the easiest way to take down a sheep of this size. Sheep also provide grisly mutton and hides which can be used as food and material to craft with. Never even killed one of these. I guess that's not a bad thing. Although I will have to eventually, if I want to get 100% in all the compendium. Next is the Rocky Mountain bighorn ram. The Rocky Mountain bighorn ram's main habitat is the Grizzlies region. They are herbivores, mainly consuming grasses and sedges, whatever that is. But they will also eat woody plants in the winter. The easiest way to take down a ram of this size is by either using a bow with poison arrows or a rifle. Ram mutton is grisly, and their horns and hides can be used to craft with. And next is the Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep. Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep are native to the Grizzlies and Cumberland forest. This herbivore mainly lives on grasses and sedges, as well as woody plants in the winter. Using a rifle or a bow with arrows will successfully take down a sheep of this size. It can provide grisly mutton to eat and a hide to craft with. And second to last for this video is the black-tailed jackrabbit. The black-tailed jackrabbit can be found in a variety of habitats across the states. As herbivores, their diet consists of vegetation forbs, buds, twigs, bark, and crops, which is why they are considered pests. A varmint rifle is the ideal weapon to use when hunting rabbits. Rabbit pelts can be used for crafting, and their gamey meat can be used for cooking. Killed 24. And I wouldn't be surprised if at least half of that is because I ran them over accidentally with my horse. Because they tend to run right in front and then it's too late. Anyway, lastly is the North American raccoon. North American raccoons are found across Lemoyne, New Hanover, and West Elizabeth. As omnivores, their diet includes plants, berries, amphibians, rodents, and eggs, depending on their environment. The varmint rifle is the most effective weapon for hunting raccoons. Their meat is edible but stringy, and their skin can be used for crafting. Okay, and that's going to be it for this video. I'm trying to progress in the game. As much as I like to record these videos, I have to divide my time a bit between recording what I already have and playing to unlock more stuff to read. So, I would like to at least get the legendary animals completely filled in before I make the video of that page, which, well, will be the third and last of these animals videos. So I guess I have my work cut out, because some of these animals can only be found in New Austin, which means I'll have to complete the story first before I can even try to complete them or find them. So, yeah. It might not happen soon, but eventually it will happen. But that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good night, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.